and in many national parliaments in Europe, and for which it would be of decisive importance to have also the support of the US Congress. But the Iranian regime and its Iraqi allies oppose to this European solution and are trying to forcibly displace the residents of Ashraf inside Iraq. The concept of moving the 3,400 residents of the camp to former US military bases elsewhere inside Iraq is simply not acceptable, as it would leave the refugees at the mercy of the Iraqi military. Forcible displacement is in no way a solution, and it has been made clear by US officials. For example, Mr. Jeffrey Feldman, the US Assistant Secretary of State, in a hearing at the House of Representatives in October 2009, stated, and I quote Mr. Feldman, "An Iraqi desire to move Camp Ashraf to some place else inside Iraq could lead to bloodshed." The Iranian regime and Prime Minister Maliki neither want the Ashraf residents to go to third countries nor to remain in Ashraf. They are after a clear objective, which is the sheer elimination of Ashraf. Reaching these objectives is far more difficult when these people are in their present location, because the Iranian regime and its proxies in Iraq would have to pay a far higher political price, both regional and internationally. That is why they pretend to close down Ashraf and send its residents to a location where far less international attention would be focused on them. The excuse of being close to the Iranian border and so more exposed to being targeted by Iranian missiles is only a myth totally fabricated by the Iranian regime itself. This is the tale that Maliki, on behalf of the Iranian regime, is telling the US authorities in Iraq. Another element I want to touch upon is the misleading campaign by the Iranian regime and its Iraqi agents against Ashraf residents, claiming that PMOI has no support inside Iran. I have participated many times in the resistance annual rallies with the presence of 60, 70 or 80,000 Iranians arrived from everywhere in Europe, America and other places. I have said many times that I have never seen such large audiences in the biggest gatherings in electoral campaigns of my own party in Spain. One, by the way, of the largest political organizations in Europe, with more than 800,000 registered members. And we have never seen such a gathering in our events. We would like to, but we have never been able to gather so many people. And the NCRI have done it every year, and we have been there, and we have seen it with our eyes. How could the NCRI hold such impressive events outside Iran and be irrelevant inside? Moreover, according to many Western diplomats and officials who have participated regularly in negotiations with the regime on the nuclear program and other issues, the suppression of the PMOI has been permanently the top priority of the regime in all these conversations. In my trip to Ashraf in 2008, I spoke personally with Iranians recently arrived from their country that confirmed the sympathy and support that the NCRI enjoyed in all layers of the Iranian society. I want to conclude by saying that we need to get immediate protection for Ashraf. These 1,000 women and more than 2,000 men cannot feel safe with all these Iraqi soldiers and officers who have already murdered 35 of them in April. Thank you for your attention, and now I would like to give the floor to the President of the National Council of Resistance of Iran, our very good friend, Mrs. Mariam Rajavi.